All right, so ready to dive into prepping for an animal physiotherapist interview. I know a lot of you out there are probably super eager to combine a love for animals with that interest in physical therapy.
Definitely a great field.
And we've got some awesome resources to help us out today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from RoleCatcher. Their career and interview guides
Awesome.
packed with insights.
Love that.
And one of the first things that really caught my eye
Mm-hmm.
was just how much this field is expected to grow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the next few years.
It's a really exciting time to be entering this field.
It is.
Yeah, there's a growing need for skilled animal physiotherapists.
For sure.
So yeah, those specialized skills.
They're in demand.
Big time.
Big time. Okay, so before we jump into like all the interview questions and stuff,
Yeah,
let's just make sure we're all clear on what an animal physiotherapist actually does.
absolutely.
Just to make sure we're all on the same page.
So an animal physiotherapist provides therapeutic treatment to animals recovering from surgery or injury. And they work closely with veterinarians,
Makes sense.
using their diagnoses and referrals to create,
Right, right,
customized treatment plans for each animal.
So it's not just like cuddles and playtime.
Right. It's not just that,
Right.
although those can be part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, animal physiotherapists use a range of techniques like
Oh, like what?
hydrotherapy,
Okay.
massage, laser therapy, and
Uh-huh.
targeted exercises.
It really does sound like a very hands-on
Yeah,
and rewarding field.
for sure. Huh?
Okay, so now let's get into those interview questions.
Okay.
RoleCatcher has a whole section called Interview Prep, Questions to Expect.
Love that.
I'm so excited
Let's do it.
to get started.
Yeah.
What's the first question we should tackle?
Let's start with a classic. What inspired you to become an animal physiotherapist?
Okay.
You'll likely encounter that one in almost every interview.
It seems like a straightforward question,
Yeah,
but I imagine there's more to it than just giving a textbook definition.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This is your chance to go beyond the basic definition
Okay.
and really showcase your genuine passion for the field.
I like it.
Share a story that highlights what sparked your interest.
Oh.
Was it witnessing a pet's remarkable recovery, a volunteer experience at an animal shelter,
Yeah.
or maybe even a childhood fascination with animal anatomy? Make it
Oh, yeah.
personal and memorable.
I love that a good story can really
Oh, yeah,
make you stand out.
for sure.
Now, RoleCatcher also highlights the importance of tailoring your responses to each specific job.
Right.
And I know their AI can help with that.
It can.
Can you give us an example of how that works?
Absolutely. Let's say you're applying for a role that emphasizes aquatic therapy for dogs.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI might suggest weaving in specific details about your experience with hydrotherapy.
Makes sense.
Maybe even mentioning a successful case where you used hydrotherapy to help a dog regain mobility after surgery.
That makes a lot of sense. Highlighting relevant experience is just so crucial.
It is.
Okay. Let's move on to another common question. What about, can you describe your experience with different animal species?
This question is all about demonstrating the breadth and depth of your experience.
Yeah.
Don't just list the species you've worked with.
Right.
Provide specific examples.
Okay.
Have you worked with dogs and horses, or maybe exotic birds and rabbits?
Wow.
Highlighting your versatility shows that you can adapt your skills to different species and situations.
And that's something that interviewers really look for, right?
Oh, yeah.
That ability to be adaptable.
Absolutely. They want to know that you can handle a variety of cases and challenges.
Okay. I'm curious about this next question. It says, how would you handle a difficult animal patient? Like one that's scared or uncooperative?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I imagine that takes a lot of patience and skill.
It does. You're right. It's crucial to stay calm.
Okay.
Read the animal's cues.
Yeah?
And adjust your techniques accordingly. Forcing a treatment on a frightened animal can be counterproductive and even dangerous.
Of course.
Building trust and rapport is essential.
Yeah.
You might spend extra time getting to know the animal,
So,
using positive reinforcement,
yeah.
and finding creative ways to make the session less stressful for them.
It sounds like you need a combination of technical skills and emotional intelligence
You do.
to really excel in this field.
Absolutely.
Now, I know RoleCatcher's AI can provide feedback on your answers,
Yeah.
and I'm curious to hear how that works for a question like this.
Well, imagine you've given a great answer about handling a difficult patient,
Oh,
but you focus mainly on calming techniques.
yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI might suggest adding a sentence about how you also communicate with the owner,
Okay.
keeping them informed and involved in the process.
Okay.
This demonstrates your understanding of the importance of collaboration and communication with both the animal and the owner.
That's a great point. It shows that you're thinking holistically about the situation. Now, I'm also curious about career progression in this field. What does the typical path look like according to RoleCatcher?
So typically you'd start as an entry-level assistant,
Right.
learning from senior physiotherapists.
Gotcha.
As you gain experience and expertise,
Right.
you'll progress to junior, mid-level, and eventually senior physiotherapist positions,
Okay.
potentially even leading a team.
So there's a clear path for growth and advancement.
There is.
That's encouraging to know. Now, back to those interview questions. This next one caught my eye. What are your strengths and weaknesses as an animal physiotherapist? That one always feels a bit tricky. Any advice on how to approach it?
It's a classic question, and it's designed to assess your self-awareness and honesty.
Okay.
When discussing your strengths, be specific and provide examples. Are you particularly skilled in a certain technique?
Okay.
Do you have a knack for calming anxious animals? Highlight what makes you stand out.
And what about weaknesses? It can be tough to talk about those in an interview.
You're right. The key here is to choose a weakness that is genuine but also addressable.
Okay.
Don't choose something that's critical to the role, like I'm not good with animals.
Right, of course.
Instead, choose something you're actively working on improving.
Okay.
For example, you could say, I sometimes struggle with time management, but I'm using scheduling tools and prioritizing tasks to improve in this area.
That makes a lot of sense. It shows that you're self-aware and committed to continuous learning.
Right.
Now let's talk about the role of technology in interview preparation, particularly RoleCatcher's AI. Can you elaborate on how it helps tailor answers for specific job roles?
Absolutely. RoleCatcher's AI analyzes job descriptions,
Okay.
identifying keywords and phrases that highlight the desired skills and experience for that specific role.
Makes sense.
It then suggests ways to incorporate those keywords into your answers,
Okay.
ensuring you're speaking the employer's language and demonstrating your suitability for the position.
That's really clever. It's like having a personalized strategy guide for each interview. All right, let's move on to another challenging question. Describe a time when you had to deal with a difficult client or situation. How did you handle it? This one feels like a potential minefield. Any tips on navigating it?
You're right. It can be tricky. The key is to choose an example that demonstrates your professionalism,
Yep.
problem-solving skills,
Right.
and ability to handle conflict constructively.
Gotcha.
Avoid blaming or speaking negatively about the client.
Right.
Instead, focus on the steps you took to address the situation and the positive outcome you achieved.
So it's about showcasing your ability to remain calm and professional under pressure.
Exactly. And it's also about showing that you can learn from challenging experiences.
Okay.
You could even mention what you learned from the situation and how it's helped you grow professionally.
That's great advice. Now, I know we're just scratching the surface of interview preparation,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, we're going to have to pause our deep dive here for now.
Okay.
Don't worry, though. We'll be back soon to tackle more challenging questions
Okay.
and explore further how RoleCatcher can help you ace your animal physiotherapist interview.
Can't wait. Welcome back to our deep dive into preparing for an animal physiotherapist interview.
I'm so glad we're back to tackle more of these interview questions.
Yeah, we left off on kind of a challenging one.
Who did?
Dealing with those
Yeah.
difficult clients or situations.
Right. And I think it's important to emphasize that this field requires strong communication skills,
Yeah,
not just with the animals, but also with their owners.
absolutely. Interviewers want to see that you can explain those complex medical concepts
Oh, for sure.
in a way that's easy for pet owners to understand,
Yeah.
while also maintaining that professionalism
Yeah.
and empathy.
So how can we best demonstrate those communication skills during an interview?
When answering questions about client interactions, focus on active listening,
Okay.
clear explanations, and
Yeah.
building rapport.
Yeah.
Share an example of a time when you had to explain like a complicated treatment plan to a worried pet owner. How did you ensure they understood the process and felt comfortable asking questions?
Those real-life examples really bring your skills to life.
They do.
Okay, let's move on to a question that often comes up in interviews
Okay.
for more specialized roles. Can you discuss your experience with specific animal type or condition? This is where I feel like your expertise really shines.
It is. Let's say the job description emphasizes experience with equine rehabilitation.
Okay.
You'll want to be ready to discuss your experience with horses,
Right.
specific conditions you've treated,
Yeah.
and techniques you've used. Don't be afraid to get into the details. And Interviewers are looking for that in-depth knowledge.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful, right?
It is.
By helping us tailor our responses
Right.
to those specific requirements.
Precisely, the AI can analyze the job description
Yeah.
and suggest ways to highlight relevant experience in your answers.
Okay.
For instance, it might suggest mentioning a specific case where you successfully rehabilitated a horse with a tendon injury.
It's like having a personal coach
Yeah.
whispering in your ear, guiding you toward the most impactful response.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears to a question that assesses your commitment to professional development.
Yeah.
How do you stay updated on the latest advancements in animal physiotherapy?
This is a crucial one.
Yeah.
This field is constantly evolving.
It absolutely is. When answering this question, go beyond simply saying, I attend conferences.
Okay.
Mention specific conferences,
Like what?
like the International Association of Animal Physiotherapists conference,
Oh. Yeah.
or workshops focused on new techniques.
Makes sense.
Talk about journals you read or online communities you participate in.
Okay.
The key is demonstrating that you're actively engaged in the field and passionate about continuous learning.
So it's about showing that you're not just like
Right.
there for the job, but you're there for the
For the animals.
love of it.
For the growth.
The animals, yeah.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your responses and suggest additional details to strengthen your answer.
Wow.
It might prompt you to mention specific research articles you've read or techniques you're eager to learn.
It's incredible how the AI can help us refine our answers
Right.
and present ourselves in just the best possible light.
Absolutely. Now let's dive into a question that assesses your problem-solving skills. Describe a time when you had to adapt a treatment plan based on an animal's unexpected response.
This one feels like a real test of our clinical judgment and flexibility.
It is choose an example that highlights your ability to observe, assess,
Gotcha.
and adjust. Explain the situation clearly,
Yeah.
the challenges you encountered,
Yep.
and how you modified the treatment plan to address those challenges.
And it's important to focus on the positive outcome, right?
It is.
Showcasing your ability to overcome obstacles.
Absolutely. Emphasize how your adjustments led to positive results for the animal. This demonstrates your critical thinking skills
For sure.
and your dedication to providing the best possible care.
I'm learning so much from this deep dive. It's amazing how much goes into preparing for these interviews.
It's definitely more than just showing up and answering questions. Preparation is key, and RoleCatcher's resources and AI tools
Yeah.
can make that preparation process much more effective.
I completely agree. Now, let's tackle a question that often comes up towards the end of an interview. Do you have any questions for us?
This is your chance to demonstrate your genuine interest in the position and the organization.
So it's not just a formality.
No,
It's an opportunity to gather information
it is.
and showcase your enthusiasm.
Absolutely. Ask thoughtful questions about the team, the work environment, the caseload,
Okay.
or opportunities for professional development.
Gotcha.
Avoid questions about salary or benefits at this stage. Focus on demonstrating your eagerness to learn and contribute.
That's great advice. It
Yeah.
shows that you're engaged in thinking long-term.
Exactly. Right now, let's touch on a topic that often causes anxiety for candidates. What are your salary expectations?
This question can be tricky to navigate.
It can.
How do we approach it without underselling ourselves or seeming unreasonable?
RoleCatcher's Career Guide provides valuable insights on this topic.
Right.
Research typical salaries for animal physiotherapists in your area
Makes sense.
and consider your experience level and qualifications.
Right.
You can then provide a salary range
Okay.
rather than a specific number,
Gotcha.
showing flexibility
Yeah.
while also being clear about your value.
That makes a lot of sense. It's
Yeah.
about finding that balance between confidence and realism.
It is, exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can also analyze salary trends in the industry
right.
and provide suggestions for your salary expectations based on your specific qualifications and the job market in your area.
It's amazing how much information and support RoleCatcher provides. It's truly a game changer for anyone navigating the job search process.
It is an invaluable resource. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to emphasize the importance of reflecting on your unique strengths and experiences as you
Yes.
prepare for your interviews.
Okay.
What makes you stand out from other candidates?
Yeah.
What specific skills and perspectives do you bring to the table?
Yeah. Think about your passions,
Yeah.
your accomplishments,
Yeah.
and the unique qualities that make you an exceptional animal physiotherapist.
Yeah.
These are the stories and insights that will resonate with interviewers and leave a lasting impression.
Absolutely. This has been such a valuable session.
It has.
I feel so much more prepared
Me too.
to tackle those interview questions with confidence and clarity.
I completely agree.
I'm glad to hear that. And remember, we're not done yet. We'll be back soon to wrap up our deep dive with some final tips and insights
Okay.
to help you ace your animal physiotherapist interview and embark on this exciting career journey.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive on prepping for an animal physiotherapist interview. I feel so much more prepared after tackling all those challenging questions with your expert advice.
It's been
I
great.
feel like we've covered so much ground already,
Yeah,
from really understanding the role itself
right.
to like crafting those really compelling responses
Yeah,
to even navigating those tricky salary discussions.
it's a lot.
Yeah. But before we wrap up, I do want to touch on using RoleCatcher's AI to really fine-tune our answers and like practice our delivery.
Yeah, that's where the tech can really help
It
us.
can give us that edge.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so imagine you've like crafted a response to a question about handling a difficult animal patient.
Okay,
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze that answer
right.
for clarity, conciseness, and relevance to that specific job description.
So it's like having a virtual interview coach
It is.
pointing out areas for improvement.
Exactly. It might suggest like adding a specific example,
Yeah.
rephrasing a sentence, or highlighting a particular skill that the employer is looking for.
Totally.
That level of personalized feedback is so valuable.
Oh, it is.
It's like having a secret weapon.
It
Our
is.
interview arsenal.
Yeah, and don't underestimate the power of practice.
Oh, yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI allows you to actually rehearse your answers,
Yeah, okay.
record yourself, and get feedback on your delivery, your tone, your pacing.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a mock interview
It is.
with an
It's
expert
something.
helping us identify any nervous habits or areas where we can improve our presentation.
For sure. By using these AI-powered tools, you'll walk into that interview feeling so prepared,
Yeah.
confident, and ready to shine.
I love that. Now, kind of shifting gears a bit, I'm curious about any final tips you might have for making a strong impression
Okay.
during the interview itself.
Yeah, beyond just the answers themselves, remember to project confidence through your body language,
Okay.
maintain eye contact,
Okay.
sit up straight,
Yeah.
speak clearly and enthusiastically.
It's about conveying our passion,
Yeah,
our enthusiasm for this amazing field.
exactly. Let your genuine love for animals and your dedication to their well-being shine through.
And I think it's important to reiterate the career insights that RoleCatcher provided. Just knowing that there's a clear path for growth and advancement in this field
Oh, yeah.
is so motivating.
But it is absolutely from starting as an assistant to potentially leading a team.
Right.
There are many opportunities for professional development and specialization.
And don't forget, continuous learning is key.
Yeah.
In this field, attending conferences, reading journals, staying updated on the latest research will help you stay at the forefront of animal physiotherapy.
It's a journey of lifelong learning, which is one of the things that makes this field so rewarding.
This deep dive has been truly eye-opening. I feel equipped with the knowledge and the tools to confidently approach my interview and hopefully embark on a fulfilling career as an animal physiotherapist.
It's been a pleasure guiding you through this process. Remember, preparation is key. But don't forget to let your passion and personality shine through.
And a huge thank you to RoleCatcher for providing these incredible resources and AI-powered tools that make interview preparation so much more effective.
They're really transforming the way we approach job searching and interviews.
To all our listeners out there, we wish you the best of luck on your animal physiotherapy journey. Go out there, make a difference in the lives of animals, and remember, you've got this.
That's a wrap on our deep dive. We hope you found it insightful and empowering if you're looking for more career resources and AI-powered tools. Be sure to check out RoleCatcher. Until next time, happy diving.